Hello. I hope this is... Oh, Charlie. Okay, buddy. All right. So, I don't know how well this is going to work because YouTube started this stream with a big warning saying that this may or may not work. So, hopefully you guys are able to join us and you're able to see some video and it looks, you know, viewable, maybe. That would be swell. On my end, it looks great. This looks, and we can see people's comments, and we also see a big message that says poor connection. Yeah, so...
Oh, look, custard.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Alright, so anyway, we'll see how it goes. Good, I'm glad it looks good. I was worried for a minute there because I didn't see anybody commenting, but I guess that's because I'm used to the streams that we do where there's, 500 people all trying to talk. And this is not one of those, so... anyway, we'll just keep going. We'll carry on. We'll see how it goes. What we've done for the stream today is we have gone out to the cat run because it is a lovely day in Chicagoland. And for extra fun, we brought little Charlie out. So Charlie is having his first day outside, I think, ever. Yeah. And I don't know what Custard thinks he's getting into. He's looking for a bug. Is there a bug, or is he just looking?
Yeah, there was a bug on the swing that he was trying to talk to. Like, hey, bug.
Oh my gosh, I never realized that YouTube No iTube is Jonathan.
Oh, great.
That's wonderful. Very cool.
You didn't know that?
No, I don't know anything. So why don't you take this for a minute, and you can be the cameraman. Awesome. So I had an agenda, and I spelled it all out, and I figured out what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I put it on my phone, which I can't look at because reasons. Yeah, I see. I got it. Don't worry.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, Custard, you're just here to ruin things, aren't you? You planned all this out. Okay, try that again, pal. I dare you. So normally, if you haven't seen our cat run before, there's a couple of holes in the floor that then go to cat tunnels that then go back to the house, so the cats can go in and out whenever they want. And because Charlie's here, we've covered those up with pieces of cardboard. And that way, Charlie can't get down in the tunnels, which have big screen holes that he might be able to squeeze through.
Yeah, Charlie hasn't been through the tunnel. Ian
Right,
was
so
asking.
yeah, we brought Charlie out without putting him through the tunnel. We
Charlie,
brought him out here ourselves.
Yeah, he arrived in a space-age
bachelor
pad.
Yes, which yesterday Lisa K sent us a brand new one of. Now, the big cats that know the game out here are already messing up the cardboard, though, so we'll just have to keep an eye on...
Yeah, Ari's trying to figure it out.
On Custard. Ari, do you want to go somewhere, buddy?
He went and came back, so he knows how it works.
Okay, I'm sure he will be back. All right. Well, this seemed like such a great idea when I set it up, and now it seems like these cats...
I know, it's an extra toy.
I'll just keep an eye on Charlie and everything will be fine. They can come and go as they want.
I miss you guys too.
Oh, everybody misses DJ. So, yeah, DJ, I bet there's some small number of you that don't participate in the Patreon chat, and you should, because
Charlie.
it's wonderful. But DJ now is among the numbers of people that don't participate because she's got to study for med school. She's taken herself off the chat for a while. So that's why people are missing her. Let's see how many of the things I wanted to talk about I can remember. But first, let me say a couple things about the contributions and thank yous. The first person I want to thank today is Michelle. I'm going to try not to use last names, but I think Michelle, you know who you are.
Charlie.
Michelle, thank you so much for your contribution. It's very generous. And we owe you a video, I think. So let me say first that we typically, when we do things, rewards like the videos and the cards, you make your pledge this month. There's a billing at the end of the month and then we would provide that reward next month. So, for instance, your video is something that we would start on next month. But certainly, if you can email me with an idea for what you would like or who you would like in a video, I can get started on that early. So thank you for your contribution, Michelle. And email me. It's headmaster@kitten.academy, and we'll figure out what to do for a neat video for on your board. He's adorable. Ari.
Ari!
Hi, Ari. What's going on under there? Uh-huh.
That's right.
Yeah, tape is not working. I should go back and get it.
Actions. Bowie?
I think that's the best we can hope for.
Well, it's probably fine in the house.
Just in case the connection's bad, let me say thanks to a couple of other people that have given us very generous contributions. Dina, and Ian, and Bill, and Brian. All of you are long time. It's really wonderful, and especially over time, then it's really meaningful that you guys not only have supported us but continued to support us. Is really fantastic. And then we also have Paul and Mary, and they have been. This is not their first time contributing. Paul and Mary obviously adopted a couple kittens, and it's wonderful that they're still contributing to us even after making the ultimate contribution by adopting some of the kittens.
This is Headmaster Yakra grooming Charlie.
So thank you, especially all of you. It's really, really wonderful.
Morgan says you have to tie your shoelaces.
Morgan, I'm just going to take my shoes off if you're going to complain about it. How about that?
Hey, she should cash you outside.
Yeah, cash me outside, Morgan. How about that?
Oh, God.
Okay,
This whole video has been ruined.
Yes,
thanks to me.
I know.
Thanks to me.
Someday,
Oh,
20 years from now, people will be watching this video and they'll be like, what is he talking about?
Look at those creepy toes.
I know, they are. It's creepy sock time. I decided to wear some especially creepy socks for the stream today.
These guys have gotten into a toy that's supposed to be held.
Oh, yeah, I was actually
Like
supposed to
human.
play with that and I got distracted and now they've just decided to destroy it. Okay, let's try that again. Okay,
No.
hang on. What's gonna happen now?
Oh, Lagush.
Look at these two. Look at these two. It's okay, he's got it.
Ari. Oh my God, spinning Ari.
How did a bird get in here, guys? Look at the little...
Oh, little Joey.
He's like, well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but boy, I want to be a part of it. Meanwhile, Acra's just like, yeah, well, when you catch it, bring it to me, okay?
I'll help you eat.
Right.
Yak. Wow. Is Rainbow around? Oh my goodness.
No, wow, Ari. All right. Where was I? I have a list of people, and wow,
Wonder
according
how
to this, I have an awful lot of people to give individual thanks to. So I better get going on that, I guess. I'm going to do you guys in little groups, but believe me, I don't think of you as being in little groups. You guys are individually awesome.
What
But,
did you
there's
just
a
say?
lot of names. So first, Denise, Tori, and David. Thank you guys. One of you, Denise, is a longtime contributor.
Ari,
And,
say
Tori
hi to
did
Rainbow.
This month. We appreciate that very much. Thank you. Henry, also. Jane, William, Kathleen, Tony, also all new this month and all highly appreciated. Your pledges are wonderful. Thank you. Um, don't hiss at the new guy, Custard. Don't hiss at the new guy. You were the new guy not too long ago. All right. William, Teresa, and the Brulots, obviously, are all people that I want to say thank you to, as well as Tiffany and longtime contributor, The Real CH3. Also, Guy Anice, who I'm still not clear if that's a real name, but it is an awesome name. And Annie OK. And Sam and Tracy. Maria. And Jenny. And Corey. And Robert. And the single named Nico, who is, I think, one of our longest and most mysterious contributors.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you all individually and together for being wonderful. And for making what's happening right now something that's happening right now. I think it's great. Like I said, I had a bunch of news and stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and it's all on the phone somewhere. The DJ's filming this with, so that's really not going to work.
Is it on keep?
It is, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to pull it up. I'm just going to do my best to remember what I wanted to talk about. So first off is, I had a list of long-term and short-term goals for Kitten Academy, and I wanted to mention them to you guys. I remember that. And the short-term goal you already all know about, which is for us to do a 501c3 and become a charitable organization. And I wanted to give you the news on that, which is fundamentally, it's that there's no extra news. I announced all the progress during the week, and it's basically that there's no progress yet because we discovered that we can't structure the board of the 501c3 the way that we wanted to. So what we're going to have to do is either change our expectations about how to get this done, decide not to do it, or change what it is we're trying to do. And I think my preference right now, which I've sent to the lawyer and I'm waiting for her to comments on, my preference is to change what we're trying to do so that instead of just making all of Kitten Academy a charity, we branch off a separate organization that would be something like the Kitten Academy Community Kitchen, or I don't know what you would call it, but the idea is that then we collect money that can be donated to any foster for necessary food and vet bills. And obviously with a preference, for contributing to the kittens right here at Kitten Academy. But then the board would decide when we have extra money how to allocate it to other local fosters. And maybe generally people in need. If I really had a wish, I would wish to set up, DJ's, let me back up a second. DJ is becoming a doctor, I think most of you know that. And as part of that, she's helped out at a volunteer clinic. And that clinic, they provide free medical services to people in need in the local community. And it's wonderful. And they're a great charity. And I bring it up because for a long time now, ever since she started doing that years ago, I've thought, how wonderful would it be if we could do the same thing for the cats? If we could have a free clinic where people that have trouble with their vet bills can still get their cats the best care. So that, along with a food pantry, and that I think would make a wonderful charity for the Kitten Academy to start. And then I think we could use, some of those options here and the rest for cats around the community. So that's what I'm thinking right now, and that's what I'm pitching to our lawyer and see if we can make that work. That's the news there. Which leads me into our longer term goals. Obviously, that seems like something that could potentially take on a life of its own. And if it did, that would be awesome. And if it didn't, what I'd like to do someday, and this is a much longer term goal, is to find a way to turn Kitten Academy into a real shelter. And if I had my way, it would be one of those shelters that's attached to a cat cafe, because I think that's just the most brilliant way to do it. So that's a long-term goal, and the reason that it's such a long-term goal is to make that happen. I think that I'd have to reach a point where Kitten Academy was already bringing in enough money for me to devote all of my time to it. And that's not an easy mark to hit. From where we are right now, it seems like a mountain that's impossible to climb to get to there. So right now I would call it a pipe dream. And I've been racking my brains trying to figure out what I can do to provide some intermediate goals between where we are and there, so that it's not just a mountain that we have to scale all in one, uninterrupted go with no breaks and stops along the way, but instead give us some, a base camp somewhere that makes sense, that we can, more realistically see reaching that base camp. But I haven't figured out what that base camp would look like. So that's where I am right now as far as that goes.
Are we, since you're switching topics,
Yes.
can we move inside yet? Or
Should we?
yeah, I want at least part of the video to maybe be better than...
I don't think we're going to get a better connection, though, because I don't know if we can switch from LTE to the Wi-Fi without breaking. I guess we could try it. You want to just, you know what, folks, we're going to try an experiment. If we completely, let's just do this. Let's try it out all together. If we totally lose you and the stream goes away completely, check the two places where you found out about it, Patreon and on the chat, and we will start another one. But don't get too excited. Give it a couple minutes, okay? Let's see what happens. So turn on my wireless. You know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just see where it connects and if we get anything better.
So do you want to take Charlie in and I'll follow you?
No, if it works, let's start out here and see if it gives us a better connection out here.
It's probably worse.
Is it connecting to our 5 gigahertz?
Oops. That's not even...
I would try it anyway. Well, I don't know.
I was thinking we'd go inside.
Well, it doesn't want to switch. Okay, well, hang on. Go back up now. Okay.
Still says poor connection.
Well, it might always say poor connection, but if people can see and hear okay...
All right.
Let's try it. Let's try it. You guys comment if it's just so terrible that it's unbearable. And
Ian says cash me inside. How about
well, I can't read their comments, so you've got to decide if we have to go in or not.
Oh, now it says reconnecting.
Okay, give it a second.
Okay. It doesn't say poor connection anymore.
Good. Okay, well, let's try it. Let's see.
Have you thought about putting up an AP in the new cat room?
We have. You know, that's funny. We
were just talking about it.
That 10 minutes before the stream, she said, "Can we put an AP in the cat run?" And I said, "Yeah, we can totally do that." And she said, "Great, let's do it before the live stream." I said,
I
don't think 10 minutes is going to make it, but yeah, we've got Ethernet that actually runs out here right now. There's a great Ethernet connection that already comes out here. I ran the run when we built the room, and all we would have to do is put an access point on that and we'd be all set. The trouble is that, at least to start, I'm going to have to buy a new access point for it, because the cameras that we've installed out here, we require power over Ethernet.
Yeah.
Not to get too technical. And we do not have any power over Ethernet access points. In fact, they may not even make one. We may have to get a couple pieces of hardware, Wi-Fi power over Ethernet. Do they even make such a thing? Because it does sound weird, doesn't it?
Does sound weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
it was better for a while. Now I see poor connection again.
Well, you're going to see a lot of that anyway. You see it in the house.
But,
It comes and goes.
but we're just staying out for the whole thing then?
Sure.
Okay.
These guys are having fun.
Sounds good.
Well, let me say thanks to a couple other people. Helen, who we know from chat now and as a longtime contributor, and also Steve,
Hi, baby.
a longtime contributor. Thank you guys.
Hi, Charlie.
We've got some other new people who have also joined us on the chat, like Johnny and I think Devin. But it could be Devon or it could be Devin. We're going to go either way with that. Bob and Kathy, thank you. And Yarn Mouse, thank you. Also Fanny, who is a frequent emailer that we just love. Thank you. Adrian and Marjorie and Amy. Tammy and Tucker, thank you guys very much.
I think that's Brie and Gus.
It might be. Mark Dell. Do you know this guy?
I don't know.
I've never heard of Mark Dell.
I don't know who Mark
That's
Dell
a weird name,
is.
though. Gacto Cat. Princess Mommy. Kevin. Stockholm Ed. I said I wouldn't use both names, but he gets an exception just like Mark Dell. Ashley, who's also joined us on the chat. Morgan, who's joined us on the chat and likes my socks better than my shoes. Christiana. Sabre. Arlene. Also Dion and Christy. Thank you guys so much for your contributions. Georgia and Destiny, and one of DJ's original favorites, Rusty. Thank you so much. We appreciate it more than I can say. That's not just something I'm saying either. I mean that very sincerely. I don't know if you guys can hear him growling from over there.
Custer is growling.
Yes, he is.
Hey, Lagush, say hi to Morgan.
Speaking of Cash Me Outside, where's our little...
Chowie monster?
Yeah.
There, he's behind you on the other side.
Oh, hi Charlie. Hi Charlie, what are you learning out here?
He seems a little bit overwhelmed, but
Well, he's obviously
doing really well.
He doesn't want to struggle with custard. Come here, why don't you hang out with this guy? This guy will love you. He's just like he could be your dad. Maybe he is. Did you ask
Maybe
him?
he is.
You ask him, he gets around, you know. I know he looks all cool. All right, let's see. Rack my brains for a minute and see if I can remember some of the other things that were on my list. Oh, advertising. That was a big one. You know, I talked last time about how we were going to do an experiment with advertising, and we started that last Sunday. And I guess if I was gonna, I should have stopped it last night, but I didn't. Because it seems like it finally is worthwhile. I haven't heard yet anybody complain about it. It hasn't seemed to negatively impact our numbers yet. In fact, if anything, it's improved our numbers as far as viewers go. And the amount of money is certainly not what the statistics sites or Chris from Coal and Marmalade led me to believe. I don't know what he's doing right that we're not, but he gets about 3 times as much money in advertising dollars as we do for the same number of views. My speculation right now is that we just have to be doing it long enough for advertisers to know who we are. But I don't know if that's true or not. I could just be making that up. So we're not making as much off it as I thought, but we are making enough to make it worthwhile. And in the interest of transparency, you know, I'm fine with being completely open with you guys. I think most YouTubers won't talk specifics about how much money they make, but I don't mind doing it. So what we're getting right now is an average of $45 a day from running the advertisements. And if you add that up for the month, that's no small chunk of change. It's less money than you guys are contributing through Patreon, which is awesome, by the way. You guys are just the best, and I mean that. But it is a big help, I think, and definitely a nice stepping stone in our path to... It's a nice stepping stone in our path to you know, our long-term goals. Okay, there you go. You can have it back now. I saw, while I was holding the phone for a second, somebody asking about Coal and Marmalade's guest appearance. So let me just address that real quick. We are almost definitely, we've scheduled it, and you know, unless something goes terribly wrong, going to have a guest appearance on Friday, March the 3rd, of Sarah Donner. If you do not know who Sarah Donner is, the coolest, most creative cat foster that I know of. She's a singer, songwriter, and she fosters cats, and she's also into pretty much all the nerdy pursuits. So if you are a nerdy person or a cat lover, you are in the right place already. But you should also know about Sarah Donner. Her website is just like it sounds, Sarah Donner, SarahDonner.com. And from there you can find all of her songs and her videos. They're just super creative, and she's an excellent singer and an excellent musician. And she's got at least one album that I've listened to already that's entirely about cats. The album is titled Hairball, and all of the songs on it are great. She's also done collaborations with some big names like the Oatmeal, if you know who that is. So I'm just thrilled that she's decided to spend some time as she travels across the country to do concerts.
Custer is panting. Can you give him a break?
He's worn out? Okay, we'll give him a break.
Oh.
Anyway.
Custer, do you want water?
God forbid he gets a little exercise. As big as he is. He'll be fine. We'll give him a break. Anyway, Sarah Donner is a wonderful person, and she's supposed to be here on March the 3rd. And we're going to invite Chris from Cola Marmalade, but I don't think it's any secret that he's put this out on the internet himself, that he is in the middle of moving into a new house. He's still in our neighborhood, so to speak. You know, he's closer to us than probably anybody else, about 5-10 minutes. And he'll continue to be around. But he's moving to a different house, and that move is happening that same time, I think. So he probably is not going to be able to make it, but we did extend an invitation, so we'll see. But if he doesn't, I think we should all completely understand and respect that, buying a house and moving is a huge thing to have to try to get through, and I don't envy him that. So, anyhow. Other than that, he's still completely interested in doing something with us at some point, which is still completely undefined, and so we'll see how it goes. All right, let me think for just a second here and figure out if there was something else that I was going to bring up. Oh, I'm going to fall through this hole because the cardboard's on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Long-term goals, short-term goals, advertising, Sarah Donner. Well, you know what? If I forgot something, I'll catch you guys on one of the blog posts. Speaking of the blog post, Angel, we should take a second to talk about Angel. She is just the sweetest cat, and she will deliver sometime soon. We're pretty sure of that now. I noticed that she does have milk. Her nipples have lost their hair. Those are both signs. Plus, anytime she slows down and lays down on the ground, you put your hand on her belly, you will feel kittens kicking. They're just in there kicking all the time. So they are ready. As soon as she's ready, it'll happen. DJ's thinking still this weekend or tomorrow, probably now. I'm thinking before the end of the week for sure. So, you guys can help keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. We're real excited. It will be live streamed just like Ivy's was. We all expect, this is her second litter, so we all expect that it's probably going to go pretty smoothly. Probably. I don't know. You never know. It's biology. It's nature. Things can go wrong. So we'll be prepared to rush her to the emergency vet if anything does. But we don't expect there to be any major issues. So. All right.
Velvet?
Velvet, yes. Don't let me, yes. So, yes. Velvet is still on Angel's Wings. All of her kittens have been adopted. But Velvet's still there. And certainly, if you know anybody that's looking for a cat, she is really sweet and just a wonderful adult cat. You already know she's got a great personality. So, worth thinking about. Also, I got a report from our friend LT Gaga. That's not anything to do with Lady Gaga. Her military rank. Lady Gaga's military rank, if in fact she holds one. She may very well be a lieutenant. But LT Gaga actually has her name because she is LT for Lithuanian and Gaga for crazy, and she is a crazy Lithuanian. So that's why that name. Anyway, LT Gaga's a longtime friend of ours and a volunteer on Angel's Wings. And very often she spends the night there and lets the cats out to run around the store. So the first night that Velvet was there, I got a rip from her saying, Velvet doesn't like me very much. And then the second night, and she's like, Velvet and I are best friends now, and she's running all over the store at 1:30 in the morning. So Velvet's really enjoying it. And it's a big store, and there's a lot of crazy stuff for cats to get into there. So I bet she's having a good time when she's there. That's one of the reasons we like working with On Angel's Wings. You know, unlike your average animal shelter, these cats get to really party. So it'll be fun. All right, can you think of anything else that we should cover before I start my speed read of the names? Because I think that's fun and we should carry that tradition on. Okay. In that case, I'm going to put this feather out of the room so these guys are not trying to steal it when I set it down.
What happens if I just look up your keep?
No, you don't have to. Oh, like I said, we'll catch them later. I wouldn't try to switch it. That's too much.
Why do you keep these kitties in particular? I'm not sure who that is.
So the faculty cats that we have kept, it's really a mishmash. I'll go over it real quick. Acro is the one that we've had the longest, and I found him in the forest long before we ever started fostering cats. And he was a little kitten, and he followed me around, and I was like, well, I got to take him home. So that's where Acro comes from. Ari's probably the next oldest of the cats that are out here, or is it Loganberry? So the other three that are out here, Ari, Loganberry, and Custard, are all foster failures, which is a joke term, but that's what they call it when you foster a cat and then you adopt it yourself. And really, they got picked for all three of them in sort of the same way. We love and we fall in love with every single cat that we foster, and it's sad to see any of them go, and it's always hard. And so we fell in love with these three and all the others too. And we basically, what happens on adoption days, we're telling ourselves, you know, oh, we want to adopt one, but we can't do it. We just don't have the room, and it's, you know, it's not good. We can't adopt every cat that comes in. You know, we can't do it. And it's a big struggle internally. And for all three of these three, he's talking
Can
to
I?
you. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
take this
sure.
so I can hold on for
For Ari, Custard, and Loganberry, the thing that happened was that they were the last ones in their groups to get adopted and would have been struggling for so long saying no that when the day came and they still weren't adopted, we were like, all right, fine, we'll adopt them. So they, in a sense, they really were foster fails.
I think he's winding down.
Yeah, I think he's getting tired of this. So we're almost done anyway. And what we're going to do is run down the list of names like I always do, and then we'll see. We'll probably end it right after that. Because Charlie's getting worn out. I'm getting worn out. You guys have got all the news. So, all right. This time, and it's been growing every time. This time, if I counted right, we have 388 patrons. Patreons.
Woo! Shall we?
Big jump, Charles, but it was a good landing. You really stuck the landing.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, what I always try to do is read every single name as quickly as I can. We're trying to set a record here.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'll get right to it. All right. Michelle, Dina, Ian, Bill, Mariana, Brian, Denise, Tori, David, Henry, Jane, William, Kathleen, Tony, William, Teresa, Perry, Tiffany, The Real CH3, Guy, Annie, OK, Sam, Maria, Jenny, Corey, Robert, Nico, Helen, Steve, Johnny, Devon, Bob, Yarnmouse, Fanny, Adrian, Marjorie, Amy, Tammy, Tucker, Gactocat, Princess Mommy, Kevin, Stockholm, Ashley, Morgan, Christiana, Saber, Arlene, Dion, Christy, Georgia, Destiny, Rustum, D. Hutch, Paraffin, Daniel, Lori, Glennis, Patty, Ace, Natalie, Scott, Marissa, Rob, William, Deanne, Lizzie, Melanie, Sarah, Stupid Bunny, Barbara, Christina, Ron, Lisa, Casey, Elizabeth, Emma, Beverly, Sarah, Avery, Janice, Tom, Alessandro, Ashley, April, Scotland, Serenity, Tor, Jen, Pete, Heather, Chris, Laura, Teresa, Rose, Daniel, Carl, David, Estelle, Leonard, Mark, David, Tom, Rachel, Steve, Alicious, Scott, Jennifer, Lisa, Jacelyn, Kate, Linda, Laura, Kelly, Darian, Aries, and then Ferdinand, Taylor, Paula, S., Alex, Valerie, Taylor, Rachel, Ramona, Tracy, Lauren, Ryan, Paula, Julie, Laura, Jewel, Kelly, Foxlink, John, Ragnar, Francisca, Kevin, Rodrigo, Donna, Krista, Joe, Debbie, Cusheen, Francois, Laura, Heather, Thurza, Moose, Karina, Lynette, Lisa, Rose, Jalen, Tamar, JW, Katrin, Lisa, Marie, Izzy, G, Lenny, Marsha, 59, Kirla, Sherry, Kara, Daniela, Jay, Jessica, Alexandra, Robin, Sandra, Sarwoods, Deborah, Ticklebellies, Atsoon, Heather, Das, David, Robert, Hillary, Saren, Ruthie, Ashley, Karen, Cynthia, Rhiannon, Dave, Daedalus, Jens, Tara, Sufinus, Angel, Garza, Graza, Vanessa, Peter, Allen, Alexander, Casey, Brianna, Eric, Sylvie, Chiron, Michelle, Vicky, Aaron, Dorta, Isabella, Karen, Dana, Charlie, Legadin, Vicky, Renee, Alonia, Cadizia, Molly B, Narfi, Joanna, KMCE, Tanya, Matt, Scottish, Karen, David, Julie, Yvonne, Crystal, Jennifer, Maggie, Megan, Lacey and Sean, Sarah, Carolyn, Louise, Marcus, Ruby, Diana, Michael, Ivanka, Fanyear, Test, Natalie, Ole, Rob, Lisa, Trudy, Manuzzo, Elinari, Gabby, Loopy, Zill, Melissa, Carolyn, Michelle, Kevin, Natalia, Sabrina, V, Nana, Victoria, Mindy, Bethany, Loanna, Sarah, Carol, Amy, Andy, Sue, Oliver, Olivia, Ginger, Lisa, Danielle, Undertale, Cyberonic, Leonard, Banana Ball, 98AE73, RCDIY, Jeremy, Liz, Coral, Tyler, Sarah, Robin, Thomas, Cassandra, Valerie, Sam, Catherine, Ben, Peter, Jamila, Peter, Norchio, Gaspaccio, Mel, Kendra, Amanda, Jamie, Nicole, Malin, Nita, Jamie, Stephen, Carl, Yomi, Elizabeth, Peonin, Patricia, Melinda, Dana, Felicity, 90, Brenna, BB, Madeline, Mandy, Fantasy, Eddie, Derek, Dad, Jane, How the Story Ends, Late, Nautilus Mode, Simone, Wintermute, Candace, Mile, Tom Hiko, and Richard. Wow.
Wow.
This is getting harder and harder every month, but I'm going to keep doing it because it's fun. That was a real slog, though. You guys are really making this hard on me, and we appreciate every single one of you for doing it. So thank you. Really sincerely thank you so much. We try to keep it light and make it funny, but I honestly can't tell you guys how much we appreciate this. So thanks for letting us do the thing that we love, and for helping these cats get all of the care and food that they need. Can I do a close-up on the cats before we sign off?
It's gonna. If you go anywhere other than this corner, it gets bad.
Well, if it gets bad, I'm sorry, but we're gonna just try to get close-ups before we sign off, and if we end up signing off early, then that's all you guys are missing. Hey, bud. Sunshine says on the chat, can you repeat it, please? I didn't hear my name.
How did he do that, Charlie?
Charlie. What? Where did he come from?
Alright, Charlie should go back in this cage because I have the tunnel open. And a space age carrier. Charlie, you ready to go back? Come on, Charlie.
Oh, Bill, don't give anybody any ideas. That's not cool. He says, I should cancel my donation and make 50 ghost accounts with $1 on each. And just so you have to read all the names.
Oh my god. And they would all be really...
Yeah, really difficult names. Yeah, like Czechoslovakian or something I just don't have any chance on.
Alright, I'm going in.
Okay.
Oh, Charlie, let's go, Charlie.
You people are terrible. You're terrible people. Folks on the chat. Charlie says goodbye. He's gone in his space age cage back to the house. That's him back there. Excellent. So now that she pulled up the cardboard, you guys can see this is how the cats get in and out of the cat run normally. There's a hole in the floor, and it goes down into a tunnel, and the tunnel's all enclosed and goes back to the house with a cat door, so they can come out here in any time they want, but they don't ever get to go outside because that's not safe. And there's two of these holes too, so they don't get jammed up. There's one there, and then there's one on the other side. That way, if one cat is blocking the path, the others can still get by. Looks like Acro's just settled in for a nap in the sun today. He's been looking forward to this. Also, you guys can probably see it from here, but there's the older part of our cat run. Do you see that thing that's like a tower back there? That's the older part of the cat run, and that's also connected to all this, so they can go down into those tunnels and come out up there in the tower. And we have bird feeders out by the tower, and that's a lot of fun for them. But right now they're just having fun out here. Jay, yes, this stream will be posted on YouTube when it's done. In fact, for the Patreons, it's on YouTube, I think, pretty much the minute it's done. And then tomorrow we'll publish it to everybody on YouTube, so even the people that are not patrons. Oh, you know what, Paperboat? I may have forgotten to set the DVR option on the stream, but it does still get saved, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry about that. That would be why you can't rewind. I'll make sure I set that next time. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to call it quits now. Thanks again for your wonderful contributions and for following along on the stream today and for just being wonderful people. So have a good one. Thank you.